What is going on YouTube? Joe here with Culination Media, and welcome back for the 5th and final part of our live Pokemon Showdown PU session featuring our lovely NFE team. And it's kind of upsetting that this is the final part. It feels like this whole session has just flown by, even though there's been a lot of other stuff going on in between the episodes. And I've been recording other things, and you guys have probably been seeing all that extra stuff being uploaded to the channel. And it's, for some reason, it's just made this thing go by really fast, and I don't like it because, I don't know. Maybe I'll have to do some more PU in the somewhat near future. I don't know. I don't know what to say about that, but we're going to get into a battle here. Of course, I do want to thank you guys for all of your support that you've been showing, as this is taking forever to find a battle. Hopefully it finds one soon. I will have to cut this out. But anyway, yeah, thank you guys for the support, all the comments and likes and everything. And all the support off of YouTube as well, not just the comments on the videos, but you guys are always interacting with me, especially on Twitter. You guys are so active on there, and I really appreciate it. It's fun interacting with you guys. This thing needs to find us a battle. Oh my goodness. It's not that late. Surprisingly, normally I record at like 4 in the morning, so it's understandable when I can't find battles, but it's not 4 in the morning right now. So this is a very bulky team. Oh my goodness. This team is fat. Pelipper, Licky Licky, Go-Go, Piloswine. Flareon has the potential to be pretty bulky on the special side. Luxray can have Intimidate. Is this just a stall team? Or is this just bulky offense maybe? Please be bulky offense. Please be bulky offense. I don't want to go up against a full stall team. This is PU, for crying out loud. So he is actually going to lead off with the Luxray, as I'm leading off with Shells. And that is not a good matchup for us whatsoever. Kind of tempted to just click counter though. Oh, he's special. He's going to go for the Volt Switch. That's not good. It took all kinds of unnecessary damage. And that's going to fail. Wow. And I show him that I have counter. Great. That was a giant fail. Maybe he's choice. I really didn't think he was going to go for Volt Switch there. I thought he was going to try to get off as much damage as possible. But maybe he didn't want to risk the Skull Burn. I doubt he predicted that I had counter, but Luxray is a good pivot, and he is going to make the double switch, actually, back into Luxray as I bring out my Bayleef, and I am going to Toxic whatever he sends in. He doesn't have anything that's immune to that, and he is going to send in the Go-Goat. I guess maybe he's trying to get a Sap Sipper boost there. He may have predicted a potential Leech Seed or Giga Drain or something, so that was a pretty good play. But I'm happy to get some residual damage going on this thing. I have to say, I'm going to predict him to switch, so I am going to be a little bit ballsy here. Clicking Leech Seed on a Sap Sipper Pokemon, predicting the switch. Not as ballsy as clicking High Jump Kick when there's a Ghost type out, but it's pretty up there. So at least we get... Is this Wi-Fi, the Licky Licky? I don't understand. Oh, now I understand. The markings on its torso look like the Wi-Fi symbol. Okay, I like it. Not bad. It's pretty creative, actually. He's going to switch again and go into Flareon as I switch in my Pawniard. This guy's a good player. I can feel it. He's already making some pretty decent plays. He's made some doubles as he's going to go for the Baton Pass. This is probably choiced Flareon then. We got to watch out because it's probably banded, if I had to guess. So he's going to bring in the Luxray again as I bring in Wartortle. So another good play on his part. We really need to step up our prediction game. We got the Leech Seed correct, but that's not going to cut it, basically. So he's going to go into Flareon because that is his best switch into Bayleef here. That Volt Switch did nothing. Like, that did 9%. That was a critical hit, actually. A critical hit did 9% to Bayleef. What? That's stab, too, by the way. I know that thing is probably mostly physically oriented. It just has Volt Switch for momentum because that's likely his choice Scarfer. If I really had to make a guess there. But still, a critical hit stab move doing 9% is pathetic when it's not quad resisted. It's only 2 times resisted. That's crazy. So he goes for the Flare Blitz. That only does 17%. What is with this core? Like, they are just taking no damage. Maybe that isn't Banded Flareon? I have a hard time believing Banded Flareon Flare Blitz does 17% to a Wartortle. That's crazy. So I did predict him to switch there, and I went into Clefairy, and he's just going to Volt Switch. I am going to get up my rocks here, because the only thing he has to get rid of the rocks potentially would be the Pelipper, but it's also pressured by the rocks at the same time. I need to start punishing these switches. He's just getting safe switches into Flareon repeatedly, and that is an issue for me. Yeah, this thing can't be banded. It can't be banded. I don't know what it is, though. It's not Assault Vest, obviously, because it has Baton Pass. But it doesn't have lefties either. So I don't know what you are. He keeps going for the Baton Pass. Maybe he's trying to bluff a choice item, or maybe he is Scarfed. I really don't know. I really think that the Luxray is Scarfed, though, and I get a special attack drop, which does help me with the Volt switching, but that's about it. I think I went to Soft Boiled here, as he does go for the Wild Charge, and so I think he's locked into that now, and we do get some recoil off. Now I can go for Moonblast. I can take that pretty well. I just wanted to gauge the damage. Oh, he's not Scarf. Okay, he's not choiced at all. Maybe that is Assault Vest. I really don't know what's going on with this team. Like, I don't know what any of his things are now. I really don't. I mean, other than this being specially defensive, the Pelipper is probably physically defensive, but the Flareon and the Luxray, I don't know what the heck they are. Now my guess is Assault Vest on the Luxray, because we've seen him change moves now. Anyway, I'm just deep in thought here. This Licky Licky is a huge problem. The only thing I have on my team that can beat it reliably is Pawniard, basically. Or have it weakened and have Roman finish it off. But Eruption is not going to kill this thing. Definitely not from 64%. Unless he's not specially defensive, but I mean, I have a pretty safe switch into Bread here. Swords Dance, offensive Licky Licky. What? These sets are pretty cool, though, I have to say. He's making some really good plays. This guy he knows what he's doing. He is a good player. And I'm kind of scared because I have an NFE team against this. Like, I feel like this isn't going to end well. But I'm going to go for the knockoff that does 33%. We get rid of his lefties. And he has the EQ, which I should have expected because that's your standard coverage alongside normal because it hits rock and steel types. So I don't know why I did that. That was a bad play. I mean, I get rid of the lefties recovery on this thing, get some chip damage on it, and I can now get a kill, basically. Well, no, he can go into Flareon if I click Eruption. I'm going to go for it anyway. He does go into the Flareon. Please be Guts. It is Guts. Okay, that's fantastic. And I do outspeed this thing naturally, but I don't want to get quick attacked. I would like to have my Eruption be as strong as possible. And if this thing is Scarfed, I don't want to die to like a Superpower or a Return. Probably Superpower. So my best play is probably to switch in War Turtle here. I can predict a Superpower and go into Clefairy though, but I'm going to take a lot of damage from a Return if he has that. I'm just going to click. He does have the Superpower. I should not have stayed in to click Eruption there, as he is going to barely survive that, even with the choice specs, because the power is reduced, obviously. Oh my gosh, that was just a bad play on my part. We can still come in with Roman and Fire Blast things, so there's no reason for me to sack this. Definitely no reason for me to sack this. I can still get a lot of damage off on that Piloswine. Even if it is Thick Fat, I can get a lot of damage off on that Luxray, unless it is a positive speed nature, which it could be, in which case it outspeeds us. I can also likely Oko that Go-Goat, so that could be useful for later on. So I'm not going to just let Roman go down here, as he does go into the Pelipper, and I am going to, let's see, Leech Seed. Yeah, he's going to Defog. You know what, I'm going to Toxic. I want to get residual damage so that he cannot, you know, just switch out of it and have it be gone. So he does get rid of our rocks, but we can set them up again. I can set up rocks on several things on his team, and I kind of need those rocks up because Flareon can just come back in then, and I don't want that. So he goes out into the Go-Goat. I don't know what this is going to be, if it's going to be a bulk up set. I guess it's that makes sense, as he goes for Leech Seed. Okay, so he's like a sub-seeding set. I don't think I've seen one of those before. It's pretty cool though. But we get those rocks up again, which is very important. As he does go into the Pelipper here. And wow, that did a lot. 36%. I'm going to hit Stealth Rock again as he goes for the Roost. I predicted him to go for the Defog there. The Leech Seed doesn't do anything because we are Magic Guard. Are you really going to keep roosting? As he does go for Scald here. And I guess we have to Moonblast you. He's going to Roost. Or I could Soft Boiled to get back up to full. That doesn't really do too much for me, I guess. But yeah, he does go for the Defog here. Okay. So I'm going to get back up to full at least. So at least that allows me to take on other things. And he does go into the Flareon here, of course. Of course, now he's going to go right into the Flareon. I want to predict a Flare Blitz. I'm going to go into Roman, as he's going to go for Baton Pass. Jeez. He's running circles around me right now. Like, he's definitely outplaying me. I had a couple good predictions at the beginning, but it wasn't anything that really changed the game. I need to have those rocks up, especially that Pelipper is gone. Yeah, Pelipper was not doing too much for him, just because the only thing it would really take on very well would be Pawniard, and that's already gone. So he goes back into Flareon here, and I'm going to go right back into Quilava again. I think he's going to go for Flare Blitz, and he does this time, instead of going for the, whatchamacallit, the Baton Pass, and now I can click Fire Blast, and he switches in Go-Go to sack it. Was that just a sack? I guess it was, to get a safe switch into Luxray. I guess he's assuming that I am modest? Is that really what you're doing? Did you calc that or something? Because if I'm timid, you would just die right here. Like, I don't, unless this has some type of priority that I'm unaware of, why would you bring in Luxray here? That doesn't make a lot of sense to me. He has to know that I'm modest, or have an inkling that I'm modest. I'm just going to click Fire Blast. Oh, it doesn't even matter. He's not a positive speed nature, or if he is, he's not max speed, because we just outspeed him and take him out with another Fire Blast. How about Roman connecting on 2 Fire Blasts in a row? What is that? What is that about? Have I ever hit 2 Fire Blasts in a row in my life before? I'm not really sure. I'm going to stay in and click Fire Blast again because he goes into Piloswine. That takes a butt ton of damage. He's finally going to take Roman down before it just sweeps his team. I don't understand why he didn't go into Licky Licky, because Licky Licky has great natural special bulk, even if he is offensive. I definitely think he would have taken a Fire Blast and he could have just killed me with an EQ. He didn't have to sack Go-Goat and Luxray. So, despite playing very well earlier in the match, I feel like that could really cost him. I'm not really sure, but I'm going to set up my Stealth Rocks here. He may predict that and go straight into Flareon, and he does. So, he's kind of lucky I didn't go for Moonblast. But I will go for a Soft Boiled here, as he's going to kill himself with a Flare Blitz. And we're going to gain back a little bit more than what he did to us. So we're in a fantastic position here. I think we just took this back. As he's going to say GG. Yep, that really cost him the match there. He is going to forfeit, and that's going to be it for that battle. And that's going to be it for the session, as well as Roman coming through for us there. We were having really a lot of trouble breaking through that team. And part of it was because he was just a step ahead of me. And all it took was some bad plays on my opponent's part, just leaving things in. He basically sacked his whole team to Quilava, necessarily, I mean, I guess. Actually, no, this Licky Licky was at such a low amount of HP that he couldn't switch it in anyway. I guess that was his only play then, never mind. Never mind, maybe he should have just went into Piloswine to begin with to take the hit, but I guess he was trying to preserve it because it does take on Bayleef pretty well. So I guess that makes sense. I take back what I said about it being a bad play. I thought Licky Licky had a lot more health. But anyway, that's going to be it for this session. So I hope you guys enjoyed it. If you have any suggestions for what you would like to see next time, feel free to leave those in the comments section. Of course, you can leave a thumbs up if you enjoyed as well. And with that being said, I will see you all next time. But until then, game on.